And let's move on now to the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and bell notifications so we can ping you guys every time we post new content. And with that being said, Jacksonville Jaguars had a really impressive 2022. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It started out pretty rough, right? Trevor Lawrence didn't look like he was going to take that second-year jump that they wanted. However, in the second half of the season, he was a top 5 quarterback statistically in the NFL. Through 24 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, over 3,000 yards, I believe, or over 2,500 yards in the second half of the season. And this offense really kind of came into form, right? Him and Zay Jones developed a connection. Christian Kirk showed why they paid him, $76 million in the offseason.
I was cool about that. I was like, I don't know. I thought he was benefiting a lot from the DeAndre Hopkins effect, and absolutely not. Over 1,000-yard receivings. I mean, that's a great year.
Yeah. And so, with all that being said, with that first half of the season, they finished with the 14th best rushing attack, averaging almost 125 yards a game, and then the 10th best passing attack, averaging almost 235 passing yards a game, with the really abysmal start to the season that they had on offense. So I think that is just really impressive, and I think it's going to be hard for other teams in the division to keep up with them going forward if Trevor Lawrence can continue this kind of tear that he went on at the end of the season. Defensively, they finished 12th in points per game. Some of that, I think, had to do with the offense really picking it up in the second half, and the defense was able to be a little bit more opportunistic because teams were having to keep up with what they were doing on offense. They had the 12th best rushing defense, giving up about 115 yards a game, and then the 28th ranked pass defense. And this, to me, I think is probably the biggest place they can improve this offseason, and that is the cornerback position. They have good draft capital to be able to replenish and kind of replace some of those guys. And then maybe adding another receiver for Trevor Lawrence. And I think, like, if they can do those things, 2023 is kind of scary.
Yeah. So. Well, and that's why and with the way the divisions are laid out, I could see a lot more Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes divisional games. Yeah. See them going to Cincinnati and playing Joe Burrow, or maybe not to Buffalo and play Josh Allen as well. Yeah. Like, it's funny. We were talking about that after the divisional round. Just like, we're about to be blessed, I think, with about a decade of just great AFC football with all the quarterbacks. And it's not even talking about Justin Herbert and who knows if Aaron Rodgers comes in the AFC. That still won't be nearly as long. But it's like the quarterback play and the development of Trevor Lawrence, and if he can go on the same trend as those other quarterbacks, it's going to be absurd. It is going to be absolutely absurd. The biggest thing for me is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I had them at negative $32 million in cap space.
I have negative 22. I did look at multiple places for this one, though, and it's all over the place. They're negative 20 plus million in the hole.
So for me, they're going to have to clear up some space, obviously. And so, like, guys like DeJuan Smoot, I think maybe he doesn't get re-signed. Arden Key might not get re-signed, because if you want to keep protecting Trevor Lawrence, you're going to want to have to bolster this offensive line up just a little bit. They're 19th in PFF. And let me see. And none of them are on none of the main ones. It's Jawaan Taylor. Oh, okay. I must have missed that one then.
Jawaan Taylor's a unrestricted free agent, and he's not expected to be re-signed. However,
and that's the thing. So it's like, I don't think any of the free agents are really going to be re-signed. Marvin Jones, Evan Ingram on offense, I don't think that they're going to be re-signed. Mm-hmm. So and then at the same time, they're going to have to make cuts to try and get back to, obviously, the positive. Even.
And like, for me, they're picking 22nd, I think.
24th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, they won't need too much cap space for draft picks, but they have good draft picks. They have first, second, third, 2 fourths, a fifth, 2 sixths, and a seventh. That totals out to 9 total picks. And, like, okay, so you come out, maybe you draft Anton Harrison, the tackle from Oklahoma. If you really like DeJuan Jones, who played exclusively right tackle at Ohio State, maybe that's worth that pick to you. But this is really where I could see like Michael Mayer, Luke Musgrave, or like the first tight end coming off the board. And then if one of the top corners falls to you, Joey Porter Jr., Cam Smith from South Carolina, even Christian Gonzalez. I mean, people have these corners going all over the place. So I think that is a potential pick there. And then, frankly, I think you make a list of your top needs and then you start checking them off as you draft them. Because I don't think they're really going to be able to make any waves in free agency with this cap space. I didn't really look to see who they could cut to create cap space, but yeah, I mean, they'll figure it out. Maybe they'll restructure a couple people.
I'm sure they can restructure Trevor Lawrence's deal because being the first overall pick, there's going to be a lot of extra money on the back end. That maybe they can move some money around. Also, then start preparing for a contract extension with him as well. But I guess they have several more years for that. So I agree with you. I really like the play just with the value that they're getting and how deep this tight end class. I was of the opinion like maybe they could re-sign Evan Ingram, but then I started looking at the numbers and I guess I started to do research. And Evan Ingram's not coming back. I also think one thing too that's probably the best move in general is he was very inconsistent. His play did go up as Trevor Lawrence's play started to go up, yes.
Yeah.
But even then, though, he was inconsistent. He would have boom or bust type games. And I think what he's going to be asking, you could go and get a tight end with where they're drafting. I think we talked about it in another video, $3 to $4 million or something like that for a tight end being drafted there. I think that would be a great first pick because, and correct me if I'm wrong, the secondary class is also very deep as well. So
it is,
with that second pick, they can go get Tyreek Stevenson from Miami, who I think could come in and help contribute immediately. So
and if they want to wait till the fourth round, Riley Moss was a standout at the Senior Bowl from Iowa. I forget his name, Brent's from he was a Shrine Bowl guy, but he's a 6'2" corner. That would be a good one because they need outside corners mostly. So there's a lot of guys that I think they could target, and frankly, they should be a large favorite to win this division next year because with this team mostly coming back. I know Marvin Jones isn't going to be on the offense, but Zay Jones would kind of replaced him already on the offense. Christian Kirk. And then this defense, while it was good, wasn't fantastic last year. So and then in the playoffs they were going blow for blow with Kansas City. So
they almost had it.
Yeah, they almost did. It. So but unless you have anything else to say about Jacksonville, I think we're gonna wrap this up right here. Really good outlook for the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2023 and beyond. After drafting a franchise quarterback in Trevor Lawrence and then surrounding him with solid weapons. So again, if you have not already, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so we can ping you guys every time we post new content. Other than that, we'll see you guys next time.